What is up? What is up, folks? Sports bettors worldwide. We're here with Last Minute Betting. You got the sports nuts. That's right. We're here to, you know what? We're here to make your day a great day. Great day with lots of great bets, lots of opportunities. We're brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. In the link, there's some links in the description below for BetMGM and Fanatics. Check them out. Really good links. You will like them. Live chat is available. Like this show and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And you know what? Let's have a great night. Let's make some money. And let's be positive. That's the big thing today. Let's be positive. All right. And Tristan is here with me. Mike is his usual prompt on-time self, isn't he?
Yeah. Wouldn't expect anything less.
Maybe Mike will make it into the show. We don't know. So
we're doing the stream, man.
Here we are, man. NBA playoffs starting, of course. What do you expect when you're playing 7, 8, and 9, 10? I mean, you're not going to get marquee matchups, but, you know, I mean, you could get some good games. I honestly think this Memphis Golden State game is an interesting game. Tristan, I'm going to ask you right now, do you like Ja and Steph both to score 25 points or more?
Curry's been just so inconsistent this season, so it's a little. Ja, I think, definitely would probably get it, but Curry's going to be difficult, especially with that monster Memphis has grabbing boards and Edie.
So, I mean, do you like this matchup at all, or?
Personally, I do not.
Why?
I think it's going to be a boring game. But,
yeah.
I mean, just looking at the numbers, your spread is 7. It's a little tough. I mean, the only game that I think will be good today is Hawks and Magic, which that game I'm going to be watching. Trae Young versus Banchero.
So when I'm looking here in the West, you got Golden State with the 7th seed and Memphis with the 8th seed, and they're both 14 games over 500. That is really, honestly, that's really a shame. It's a testament to the West and how strong the West actually is. And look who joined us, Tristan. There's Mike. Thanks for joining us, Mike. I don't know whether you knew this or not. The show starts at 5.
I'm aware.
6 my time.
I'm aware.
I don't know, man. Just looking at the numbers for Golden State and Memphis, I'm just looking at FanDuel, it seems very heavy for Golden State. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, who do you guys like tonight?
These are all toss-ups.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I low-key kind of like Atlanta tonight, I think. But, I mean, in terms of that Memphis-Golden State game, I'm kind of leaning towards Memphis at least covering that spread, right?
Yeah, I think they could cover 7.
I think I at least like that. And probably Atlanta spread too, but I would not be surprised if Atlanta didn't pull this thing out. I think they were. I don't know. I thought they won their last 4 out of their last 5, ended pretty strong. But I guess you could say the same thing about Orlando, who won 5 out of their last 6. So both teams have been playing decent as of late.
It's just going to come down to whose star comes out to shine, either Trae Young or Banchero.
Yeah. And Trae's got experience in these things, these play-in games, so that's going to do something. Atlanta seems to find themselves in these games. Remember the one year Miami went to the finals. I believe Atlanta beat them in the first matchup. And then Miami had to claw their way out, and then Miami went on to get to the finals. But Atlanta does have experience, winning in these play-in games. I think that counts for something.
Yeah, I just don't know how that spread is 6. I don't like even numbers with spreads. I like usually taking 0.5s, or because it takes out the possibility of a push.
Yeah, I mean they just played not long ago. Atlanta lost by 7. It was at Orlando, and Banchero had a monster game, had 30 plus. But
I mean, you can actually get 5.5 or 6.5. You can get 6.5 on BetMGM.
I'd feel more comfortable at 6.5.
Yeah. If you're taking Atlanta.
I think I'd be willing to take them on the spread. I don't know if they win this thing straight up. I wouldn't be shocked if they did. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how much are we going to weigh on that last matchup that these two teams just had? I mean, Orlando won by 7. Do they win by 7 or more again? I don't know. A little bit of revenge here for Atlanta.
You could also get, if you like it, Orlando minus 5.5 on Hard Rock. So
yeah,
Chris, who would you take? Would you take Orlando minus 5.5 or Atlanta plus 6.5?
I don't know, man. This game to me is a toss-up because either star could get hot, Trae Young or Banchero, so it just depends how well they neutralize them both. But
okay,
I would lean in this spot here for 5.5. I would take Magic 5.5.
Okay,
based off the odds currently.
Okay, all right. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and add that to my bet tracker, and I'm just going to go and play that on Hard Rock right now.
I mean, it's minus 235 or plus 194. So I'd say that's a pretty healthy favorite there.
I'll tell you one thing I probably like more than anything in this Atlanta-Orlando game. I think I may like the over better than anything. If I'm really looking for what I trust the most, I think I'd trust an over. It depends what that number's at.
219.
219?
Yep.
I think I'd still take it at 219. I would have liked, to grab it at 217.
I mean, you could get it at 218.5 on ESPN Bet.
Yeah. Paying a little bit of juice on it, though, are you?
I mean,
looks pretty even.
Well, minus 115, so not that much.
Not that much. I mean, I would definitely go for the over 218.5 there.
It's minus 110 everywhere else on the 219, so there's really not that much juice there.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, just it all depends on, because these teams aren't really, I'd say, all that great, well-rounded. So it's going to depend. Can Trae Young dish out assists and make points, and can Banchero shoot threes and stuff like that?
I do want to say one thing to you, Mike, since you gave me all that crap yesterday about the Cardinals. once again, they beat Valdez. Should have took Cardinals -1.5. Actually, should have took them on the money line because they were plus money. I just want to point this out. The number one hitting team in all of baseball and have outscored your Dodgers. Okay? The Cardinals have scored the third most runs in all of baseball, only behind the Cubs and the Yankees, and they have beaten 4 number one starters in the last week. So
at least we ain't the Rockies. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
They just have the worst streak in franchise history, 36 innings.
I mean, we're early in the year. The one thing the Cardinals have shown me is that they can fall apart at any time because they lost. They lost 6 of 8. They lost 6 of 8 after starting 3-0. I don't know. I mean, all they've shown me so far is inconsistency. The Astros aren't a good team. I'm not buying into what they do against Houston here.
All right.
The Phillies series looks great and all, but the problem is you just lost 2 or 3 to the Angels and the Pirates and got swept by the Red Sox before that. So, I mean, I don't know how much you weigh that one series when you consider they lost 3 previous series. So, I mean, it's early in the year.
It has nothing to do with that. Here's what it has to do with. All right. Let me just point it out to you. Very, very simple. I
don't need an inside analysis.
Maybe you'll listen to me. Maybe you won't. Okay. But the Cardinals are 8-8, which is average. But guess what?
Yeah. Okay.
So almost the whole American League is either 9-7, 9-8, or 8-8, or 8-9, 7-9. Okay.
And he's talking smack about the Dodgers. Look at the league we're in.
Look at the Phillies are 9-7. Miami's 8-7. Cincinnati's 8-8. Milwaukee's 8-9. Arizona's 9-7. My guys, almost all of baseball is mid-pack. Okay, so if you're in mid-pack right now and everybody was predicting you to be a shit team, yeah, I ought to feel pretty good about yourself. Mike, if you were on that team, would you be feeling good about yourself right now or not?
No.
I mean, again, it's so early. I'm just not. I'm not going to buy in. I think you did this last year. Honestly, I'm not so sure you weren't doing the same thing last year about the Cardinals.
They did not. Arnado and Goldschmidt were terrible.
Okay, but either way, they were at one time they were flirting with getting above 500 and looking like maybe they could compete for a wild card, according to you. And everybody else. Mike, everybody else was telling you, don't get fooled. Don't buy into it. They didn't have the
most hits in all of baseball and didn't have the best batting average.
Okay. I mean, we'll see how long they keep that up, though.
I mean, we'll have to
see an end at some point.
Nobody's going to keep that up forever. Okay.
No. And if they become the team that lost 6 out of 8 games consistently.
You watched the game last night. They can score in a lot of different ways. They don't just have to have the home run. Running bases, defense. Their defense has been outstanding. Victor Scott in center field. I'm telling you, buddy.
All I got to say is look at the NL West. That's all I have to say.
I know. The Dodgers are in 3rd place.
Padres are they look scary, man. They look like
no, but I mean the Cardinals don't have to worry about the NL West at all. But that's the other thing, though. They're not going to beat the Cubs to win their division, so they're going to have to fight for a wild card more than likely. So
probably if they even fight for a wild card. I'm just saying it's pretty damn encouraging when you got the 3rd most runs scored in all of baseball and you're supposed to be shit. That's all I can say.
Hey,
right? I guess. I mean, I think this is early season overreaction.
It's not overreaction. I'm just happy they're doing well.
All right,
that's all that is. That's
great. No, then there's honestly there's no reason to really have these in-depth conversations about them again. I mean, this is second show in a row we're talking about the Cardinals and they're an 8-8 team.
Only the reason I'm talking about is because I was right last night and you were wrong. That's what it's all about. Okay?
But you were also wrong about the Canucks -1.5 and the parlay that we gave out. And you were also wrong about the Panthers money line last night.
How many were you wrong about recently?
Hey,
watch it there, Mike.
You got Austin Riley. That's all you got.
I got Austin Riley, and we had Padres money line. One of my legs didn't come through in the parlay. Padres did.
I know you're hurt with Bob, Mike, but don't take it out on the Panthers.
I'm not taking it out on them, but they did lose last night.
I'm gonna come for the Cardinals. They're gonna drop like the Blues did.
Facts are facts. They lost last night.
NBA playoffs. The theme of this show. I just was wanting to throw that. Trying to do. I don't want to talk about the Cardinals with you anymore.
I would be thankful for that.
You like Memphis +7, guys?
Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, I do worry a little bit with Golden State, especially having lost that last game to the Clippers. I think they felt like that one got away from them, and they wouldn't even be in this situation. So that worries me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I'm thinking Memphis could cover this spread.
So we're saying Memphis +7, and would we take and the over is what Mike says in the Atlanta-Orlando game. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I just don't know how much I agree with. No offense to Memphis -7. It's okay. That game's tough. It depends who's out and all that, but
all right. So what about Orlando tonight on the spread?
No, I don't. I'm not. If we're not touching the spread in Golden State, Memphis, then why the hell are we going to touch it in Atlanta, Orlando?
We already have. I was putting Golden. I agree with you with Memphis.
I like the over in Atlanta, Orlando has got to be. I mean, that's got to be the play. I think. I mean,
I think so too.
Neither one of those teams are that good defensively. The last game was a 119-112 game. So, I mean, you know, it's probably going to be pretty similar to that.
So if we did that, we could get this on Hard Rock for +282.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I like it. I like it. Let's do it. Tristan, don't bet that.
No, trust me, I'm not doing any parlays except for player props.
Well, that was a Mike parlay. You're not going to tail your boy?
I would. No offense, Mike. I just don't do any main lines anymore. I'm done with those parlays.
Okay. All right. Well, then you're of no use to me.
For the sake of my bank account.
Might as well leave the show.
Okay. See you guys. Bye.
Oh, God. I mean, if you're not going to do straight parlays with us, Mr. Marchand.
What do you like player prop wise in that game?
I got a few. Hold on.
I mean, I'm cool with switching out Memphis and Golden State. The +7 for another play if we have one that we think is, as long as it's not super juiced, you know, or anything crazy.
I do have Draymond under 7.5 rebounds, and I got Ja under 4.5 rebounds.
Okay.
And then I do have an SGP.
And do you like Ja over on his points? Over 26.5?
I like Jimmy Butler over on his points for sure.
Okay, Mike, I asked Tristan this earlier. Bet365 has a +200 deal. Ja over 25 points and Curry over 25 points. You like it or not?
Ja and Curry over 20. I mean, I do like Ja. The Curry one.
Thank you. You see, he's hesitant on Curry. Curry's just too inconsistent.
Okay. So once again, I ask you the question, which is actually a yes or no answer. Okay. Do you like this? Do you like Curry and Ja over 25 points each or not?
No.
Okay. You say no.
Answer.
I mean, remember the last time these two teams played, Curry dropped 52 points. You got it. And that was at Memphis. So that needs to be taken into consideration here. Again, I'm not saying he's going for 50 or 40, but 25 plus, I think could be doable. I mean, especially looking back, last game he had 33 points. Last time these two teams met, 52.
Also, the scenario is different, though.
I think this is, I don't know.
Should I put 50 on it?
I don't know about 50. No, I don't. I mean, I do like. I think that is. I mean, I think they're both EV too. Both of them plays. So, I mean, looking at it from that standpoint, and then looking at the fact that Curry just dropped 52 on these guys in his last game. By the way, Ja Morant had 36 in that last game. I mean, stars are aligning pretty good to say that's probably worth taking that boost, honestly. No guarantee that it's going to hit, obviously, but that's part of betting. And if you look at it from the standpoint of its EV and both plays make sense, I think it's worth putting, $15 on.
Yeah, I'd say 15, $20.
Yeah,
right,
I'd say, depending upon what your bankroll, I mean, I'd say 15
27 on it. 27.
Okay.
I'm hitting right now.
27. What a weird number.
No, I know. But only wanted to see if I could do it. My maximum wager is only 15. So look at that. I am now limited on Bet365, and I've never hardly bet on there.
Yeah,
that's why
that's what can happen.
Shorts.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, or maybe it just for that. I don't know.
It probably is. It's they're probably promo limiting. There's that goes on too,
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I think both plays are pretty solid.
I'm just scared about Curry because there's games where he drops 52, and then the next game he drops for 3-6 points.
I mean, sure. Sure.
It is a playing game, so hopefully it'll.
But based off his last game, and he started out slow, he had 33. And then again, if we look at these two teams matchup wise, and both guys had enormous games, and the stakes couldn't be higher in this game. So, I mean, these are the type of games that I'm going to trust my star players more than I'm going to trust role players.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely very, very good chance that could hit.
Honestly. I'm definitely hitting it. I want to look. Steph's number is 28.5.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm getting 3.5 points difference. That makes me like it even more.
Yeah, and we have EV on Jaws line, and it's 26.5. And even at 26.5, I'm not going to lie. I like it.
Although there are books that have them at 24.5, but it's heavily juiced.
I was going to say this is plus odds. And actually this particular play, the over 26.5, a couple of books have that juiced at minus 120. So we're getting plus odds on that one. So
yeah.
I mean, I like over 26.5, but for that boost, and I mean, you're point and a half difference. So I like it.
All right, good. I'm in on it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's worth it, man. I really do. I mean, if is it a lock? No. But is it one that we think is very likely it could? I mean, it's very likely that could hit.
Unless they all of a sudden start playing defense, and I haven't seen either one of these teams be great.
Well, they sure didn't last game, 134 to 125 or whatever it was. Right. There certainly wasn't no defense that game.
All right, let's go. Let's get to hockey. It's almost the end of the season, and we got big games tonight. St. Louis is hosting Utah. Calgary is hosting Vegas, and that is huge in the West. Blues need to win in regulation. I mean, they
and then you got Minnesota and Anaheim. You can't forget about that matchup.
No, and let's not forget what's in the East. Has Montreal has not wrapped that up yet, have they?
No,
because they lost last night.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got Columbus with 2 games left with a shot And the Blue Jackets are playing the Flyers tonight. I mean, this should be a win for the Blue Jackets. That's going to put some heavy pressure on the Canadiens.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
So, and everything's right in front of St. Louis and Minnesota. They went. If Minnesota wins, they've got a playoff spot. If St. Louis wins in regulation, Calgary can tie them, but the Blues own the tiebreaker.
Correct.
So, but if they win in overtime, then they have a chance of losing. And by the way, that game last night, I told you how important it was between the Kings and the Oilers, Mike. Well, it was, because that clinched the number 2 spot in the Pacific Division for the Kings. So you were right. Calgary is going to be playing 2 teams that don't have anything to play for.
Something tells me Edmonton wasn't that concerned because there was no Draisaitl or McDavid in that game. So
yeah,
something tells me Edmonton was not that concerned, to be honest with you.
Probably so, because they knew they weren't going to be – that game that they won against the Blues was a big win because it pretty well secured them that they weren't going to have to worry about dropping down into the wild card. And if they did, they would have, an advantage.
Yeah.
That was a big one. But Calgary is the team right now that I got to worry about.
Well, and the problem is Vegas doesn't really have nothing to play for. So that's the word. I mean, if you're the Blues, you got to take care of business tonight. But the problem is Utah, once the Coyotes are a team that have given the Blues fits the last at least 2 seasons, I know. But we could go back 3 seasons maybe. And the Coyotes / Utah Hockey Club have really given the Blues a hard time for whatever reason.
Canadians give us a hard time for some reason. I don't know why.
It happens sometimes. I mean, there's teams that the Blues give a hard time to that they're better than in the division. I mean, St. Louis always gives Dallas a hard time for whatever reason.
So Vegas does not have the division wrapped up yet. I'm just looking. They are okay. It says they've clinched the division title.
Yeah, they got the division won.
They're 4 points ahead of LA, but if they lost their last 2 games and LA won their last 2 games, they would be tied. But they own the
tiebreaker. So they're clinched.
Yeah. Okay.
Rory, best golfer in the world. Yeah, when in doubt, go with Rory, man.
This is what I should have done, but
that's who I don't bet on golf, but when in doubt. Every time Bob asks me who I'm going with, I usually say, I think I'll take Rory.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned. He usually comes through for some reason. So shame on me for not betting them, man. Shame on me.
I guess shame on me too. I left him out completely.
I'm really surprised.
I'm going to give up on golf betting.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised because he was going for that career grand slam. And
he tried to choke it, man. He tried to give it up.
He did, but
that shot that Justin Rose hit into 18, that wasn't no slouch. That was a hell of a shot. Just Rory put it closer. I mean, he had the 2 greatest swings of his life. His drive and then his shot. Because he wasn't missing that 2-foot putt.
Hey, clutched up. That's what great golfers do. I mean, clutched up, and
I agree.
It was, I'm sure it was very sweaty for anybody that bet him. I'm sure, but
I'm sure.
Hey, clean the sweat off and with your money, and you'll be good.
I was watching it. I didn't even bet it, and I was sweating.
Yeah.
Give Justin Rose a lot of credit, man. He's an older guy, and he played his ass off. DeChambeau got his ass kicked.
Yeah, big time.
And according to everything I heard and read, Rory didn't talk to him the whole round. And, that's all that live golf and PGA, because Rory don't like this live stuff. And DeChambeau and all those guys left the PGA Tour so they could play in shorts and only have 3 rounds for a golf tournament because I guess they're wimps.
Well, I guess there's your reason why Rory is built for the damn long haul, I guess.
There you go.
So
72 holes, not 54. By the way, 54 holes is what the senior PGA Tour started out with. Okay, that's 54 holes was a tournament. Now, Live Golf has the same as the senior tour guys did when Jack Nicklaus became a senior. So that, you know what? That's pretty wimpy, I think.
Was it the same time you became a senior too?
I can hit from the senior tees, which means I'll whip your ass on the golf course.
Oh man. Anyway, yeah, I mean we got some exciting things going on tonight, man. I mean, it's basically for some teams, it's playoff hockey time right now. For Minnesota, for the Blues,
I know one team that's playoff hockey.
And Columbus, huh?
I said I know one team that's playoff hockey already.
Who?
Who do you think?
Oh my God! Well, yeah, because they don't have 3 teams in their division with 100+ points like the freaking.
Right, no kidding.
I mean, come on, man.
Toronto has 100 points.
Yeah, but Winnipeg, Dallas, and Colorado have 100 points, and they're in the same division. And in the other division, Vegas and LA have 100+ points, and Edmonton's got 99. They're close to 100, but yeah, 3 teams in that division, man, with 100+ points. It's shameful. 2 of them teams got to face each other in the first round.
Clinched.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm saying it's shameful that the Blues haven't clinched already. That's all I'm saying. They should have clinched that like games ago.
How can it be shameful?
They had their chance.
Yeah, they had
their chance.
I mean, they play. All you got to do is watch the games, man. They play tough. Okay, that's all I care about. Okay, they're playing tough. They're going to win tonight, win it in regulation, and then I'll be a happy camper, and I don't have to hear no more of your bullshit unless your Panthers make the Cup Finals against my Blues, which that's very highly unlikely. Because I don't think I hate to tell you this.
Hey, looking at it from this standpoint, Tristan, the Panthers are 3-6 in their last 9 games.
Yeah,
I don't think that don't make me think, oh, look out, this team's playoff ready. They're not playing.
They're not getting out of the first round.
They might not.
Panthers done in 1 round.
Round 1, they might be.
Blues won't even make it to the first round.
Tampa Bay 4-0.
Blues won't make it to the first round, buddy.
4-0, baby. Tampa Bay, boy. And I am rooting for John Cooper because I love him as a coach. I'm rooting for him. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to tell you right now, they're playing in this first round. I am taking Tampa Bay to win that series. What kind of odds we got?
Nice donation.
Oh, I don't know, man. The Tampa Bay was they're the team that's gone back to back in the state of Florida. They won back to back.
You guys are forgetting that Matthew Tkachuk is.
They were just letting the Panthers hold the cup to keep it in Florida until they were, of course, the Lightning.
When was the last time the Blues won?
2019.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, yeah, but the Panthers just won last year. What did they do the last 7 years before that? You know, I mean, they were a 1 seed and got bounced in the first round.
We made the Cup final 2 consecutive years in a row, and made the playoffs like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I can't even count anymore.
The Blues. There was one time the Blues had the longest active streak for consecutive seasons making the playoffs.
Right.
Exactly.
You got to remember, the Blues have been around a long time, and honestly, dude, they've consistently been a playoff hockey team for years. I mean, and they played. And hold on.
Okay.
Don't forget this. They played in the division with the Detroit Red Wings in the 90s, who were
terrible division.
Oh shit! They swept
the Red Wings.
Yeah,
Iserman.
They swept the Panthers in 97, didn't they? Was it 97 the Panthers went to the Stanley Cup Finals?
I think you're right.
All I'm saying is Matthew Tkachuk is coming back, and then we got this fucking freak on the ice. I forgot his name.
No, you guys see that guy?
You guys see that new guy the Panthers called up? Big tall guy. I forgot his name.
I honest, as I said, I'm sorry, Tristan. I am not sold on the Panthers, who are 3-6 in their last 9 games heading into the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm not either. But the Blues have to play the Winnipeg Jets in the first round, who are the best team in all of hockey. The Panthers are going to play Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay's going to bounce them, and that's a lot worse.
It says St. Louis ain't winning against Winnipeg. I can tell you that damn for sure.
Now, you know the team I am hyped about. 7 out of their last 9 games they've won. You know who that is, Tristan? Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, that's a team heading into the playoffs.
Such a
Greg
bandwagon.
Berube, baby.
And
Whip
they're a different team this year, man.
Mike, is that a wagon behind you there?
What's that?
Is that a wagon behind you there?
It is. I'm jumping on it, man. I'm jumping on the Maple Leafs wagon, possibly. Not even gonna lie.
I hope they get bounced. I'm just
gonna tell you this: if the Blues make the playoffs, they do play Winnipeg in the first round. I want you to remember 2 things. Okay,
cooked.
Connor Hellebuck has never beaten Jordan Bennington in a series, or tournament. Okay, number 1. Number 2, the Blues bounced the Jets in the first round when they won the Cup. This is like lightning striking twice, baby. I love it. Let's go, baby.
Now, I don't know about that. Again,
have you seen Winnipeg this season? They're unstoppable.
I watched them. I watched the Blues play the last game against them. They lost by 1 goal. It was a great game.
The Blues were not supposed to be a playoff team this year.
I know that.
Not one person had them in the playoffs.
Might not be one.
Let's go. And
they're not even supposed to potentially be one. If they make the playoffs, that's a huge, huge success for them and those young players.
I'll give them a medal for participation.
Well, then what do the Panthers get for getting bounced in the first round, heading into the playoffs 3-6, defending their Stanley Cup, and they're going to go out in the first round like chickens?
I know they have our star player.
You know why they're doing it?
3 star players.
They don't want to. They don't want to run into the Maple Leafs.
The Blues have had plenty of injuries. Parayko, who was up in the okay. That's part of the game. Don't use it as an excuse.
It is an excuse when it's
a part of the game. It's a part of the game.
There's no sense of arguing with you guys.
Well, I know you can't win against us. You know better than that. All right, especially when Mike and I are together and on the same wavelength. I mean, we can be a dynamic
on this now. I think the Blues making the playoffs is pretty. I mean, again, they're probably going to lose in the first round, but I don't think that's a bad thing for them. They weren't even supposed to be here. But the Panthers, the way they're heading into the playoffs, I'm worried because at one time I thought, looking in the East, I didn't know who I trusted in the East, and I thought the Panthers, maybe I still trusted a little more. Right now, I mean, I trust Toronto for sure, man.
Okay, look. We have Matthew Tkachuk out, Aaron Ekblad.
I don't want to hear
Sam Bennett just got back. So I mean, I don't know what you want from me.
Excuses. We've got guys out too. Dylan Holloway's out. He's been.
Yeah,
it's an excuse. It's an excuse. You're full of excuses. Go Blues.
For a team that was supposed to win that division, they're looking pretty out of place in third place right
now.
Panthers, no, injuries don't count. We all have injuries. Everybody does. And you got Brad Marchand. Let's go.
That is
true.
I'm
going to pull my hair out.
Go ahead. I'd be glad to pull it out for you.